It's a great day, my amazing CEOs. Thanks so much for welcoming us into your home, especially during these very remarkable times. We appreciate your time, and my promise to you that this conversation we have, not only will it be a good use of your time, that's my number one promise, it's going to be a good use of your time, but you will also walk away with the tools, the resources, and everything you need for your sales department to really not only grow, not only acquire new clients, but so your company can continue to make the impact in the world that you built the company and designed it to do. And I'm really excited about that. So every morning we start off with a principle, and it's a phrase, but it's so true. And sometimes you got to hear it a second, third, or fourth time, and that is success leaves clues. It's one of the philosophies that we've adopted. It's a philosophy of time. And here's the cool thing about success. When it leaves clues, it typically leaves footprints, okay? So we can take a look at a business case, which we're going to do in a moment. Take a look at the challenges that CEO faced from a sales perspective, that CEO faced with their sales message, with their sales strategy, and how they adopted it. And you can walk away with some of those. It's called best practices. You take something that's worked for someone else, and then you customize it and apply it for you. And I love doing that. So let's get started this morning. No matter where you're listening, thank you so much. And don't forget, share this message. Pay it forward to another entrepreneur that's out there. We often find ourselves, when faced with a challenge that seems insurmountable, right? As CEOs, it's like, how do we get started? How do we get to success? And how do we get there fast? Well, for John Paul DeJoria, he's the founder of Patron Spirits, and you probably best know it as John Mitchell Systems, by the way, John Mitchell Hair Products, for those folks that are hearing that name for the very first time. But here's the cool thing about him. He was homeless. He faced financial struggles, and he could have easily stopped. He could have easily given up on his dream. The problem he faced wasn't about survival. The challenge he faced as a CEO was about how do you find ways to turn obstacles into opportunities. And I want you to imagine one of the biggest obstacles that he faced at the time, which was he was living homeless on the streets with his 2-year-old. Now, I don't say that for you to feel sorry about him. Obviously, we're going to talk about how he turned this around, and today he has a $1 billion company. But his journey evolved when he started selling encyclopedias and shampoo on the streets, door to door. Now, you talk about having to have a sales strategy. Got it, Shay. Talk about having to have the right sales mindset. Got it. Now, you as a CEO, we're having this conversation for your sales department. So you're the CEO. But I want you to hear what this CEO was going through. And some of you, you're not doing the selling. And that's okay. But some of you, you are. So what's truly remarkable is that he co-founded John Paul Systems, which later became John Paul Products, for those that know about that, while living in his car. And you know what? When he got started, he didn't have the money. He borrowed $700. He had a $700 loan. And the interesting fact here is that his success doesn't always start. And here's the point, it doesn't always start with a silver spoon. Sometimes success starts with determination, resilience, and a very small budget to have a huge impact on lives that are out there. Now, he had to have a sales message, right? Because he's doing shampoo. And did the world need another shampoo when he got started? Absolutely not. Were women looking for another shampoo product? No way. But he had to have a sales strategy. He had to have a sales message, and he had to have sales positioning. I want you to hear this for your sales department. And he had a very common product. So despite facing homelessness, he laid out a path. And his success in sales, his success for his business that grew to $1 billion business, by the way, wasn't a stroke of luck, but a result of hard work. Check that box. Got it, Shay. A compassionate heart. Got that, Shay. But here's what I want you to know. In the sales world, it was understanding his clients' not only pain points, not trying to sell them something. I want you to hear that. But being in a position to at least make the offer on how he could make their life better. That's the sales message. And that persistency paid off. So just as Paul Mitchell turned a $700 investment into a $1 billion business, you yourself as the CEO, you can transform your sales strategies right now. You can innovate your sales approach right now. You can focus on the sales department right now as the CEO. And you as the CEO get to give the sales department the sales resources. You get to give the sales department the sales people. At the end of the day, you get to give the sales department the sales processes that it needs. And isn't that where he started? So what's my big takeaway to you as the CEO as you're listening right now? Well, number one, the resilient mindset. Number two, Understanding your customer's problems so that you can craft a sales message inside of your sales strategy, inside your sales positioning that can really speak to where they are and where they're going so they see the transformation. And number 3, it teaches that even with minimal resources, a well-crafted sales approach can lead to huge success. And that's what it's about at the end of the day. You do that, well, you will see your sales go up, 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 and away. With that being said, my name, by the way, is Shay Brown, host of the CEO Sales Huddle. It is an honor and a privilege to serve you this morning. And every morning we like to get started and remind you what our mantra is. And our mantra is focus on sales. Our mantra is focus on sales. Our mantra is focus on sales. In fact, repeat after me. Focus on sales, focus on sales, focus on sales. See, if you can't focus on sales, you can't be in business. Why, Shay? Well, at the end of the day, sales, in my opinion, and it's so true, sales is the oxygen for every great business in history. You might hear me say that every single morning. I get it, but isn't that so true? And I want you to hear it a little bit differently right now. Hear it with new ears. I want you to watch as you watch me now with new eyes, because selling at the end of the day is very serious business. Because without sales, there will always be more money pouring out of your bank account than there is coming into the business. And so therefore, we've got to focus on solving problems in our sales department. Now, every morning as a CEO, we also have a responsibility, and our responsibility is a pledge that you get to make as the CEO to the sales department. Yeah, you're going to be there for them. I get it. Yes, you're going to make sure they have what they want. Yeah, but what are you going to do as the CEO to help the sales department grow? Well, our pledge is learn, earn, and return. And every morning I like to repeat these words after me. I have to learn something new in order to earn new revenue from current clients, in order to get new and old clients to return. So I must learn, earn, and return, which leads us directly to our objectives. You think about, what are the 3 objectives that you have as a CEO of the company? Well, number 1, it's about sales progress. So you're there, whether you're hired there or you started the company, to help the company grow clients, grow revenue, grow the processes. Got it, Shay. Number 2, it's about overcoming hurdles. We had a whole case study this morning where there's always a hurdle, right? And there's a phrase out there, with every seed of adversity, there's an equal or greater seed of opportunity. So we look at the opportunity that's in front of us right now. And number 3, it's about understanding the 5 sales pillars that every CEO must know and understand in order to be successful. Sales pillar number 1, got to have a one-page CEO sales plan. Come on, follow me. Sales pillar number 2, you must understand the sales cycle. Sales pillar number 3, we spend a lot of time in this. It's the sales message. And then sales pillar number 4, it's the CEO sales strategy. CEO dashboard. What's going on in there? What do we need to do? And then last, it's the sales team. Got to build the 7-figure sales team. For those folks that are tuning in right now and tuning in every single morning, do me a favor. I love reading the comments. I love getting the DMs. I love getting the messages, by the way, because it's a way for you and I to connect. You can see me, but I can't see you. So how do we connect? Go over to, first, you can look right below the video. If you're on one of the social media platforms, you're with us live right now at 8 a.m., which we do every single morning. Look below the video and put hashtag I'm here. Just put hashtag I'm here. That's the bat signal that you're in the conversation. Number 2, it's about hitting hashtag replay. So some of you can't be here at 8 a.m. I get it. You tune in at a later time for hashtag replay. For others right now that are tuning in, that are listening right now, maybe you're on one of our streaming platforms. Thanks a lot. You're on Apple TV, you're on Roku, you're on YouTube right now. Maybe you're on one of our other platforms that we streamed in, Amazon. Go ahead and drop me a note over at I am Jay Brown. At I am Jay Brown. I respond to every single message. And certainly we're going to respond to you. And I love connecting with you, by the way. And so every single morning the question comes up, what's the purpose of the CEO Sales Huddle? Well, the CEO Sales Huddle is a place where CEOs gather to understand how to sell more faster. Why? Because we have 3 big whys. 1, it's about sales growth. 2, it's about sales accountability. And 3, it's about consistency. We're going to be consistent. And we put together a methodology to do that. And that methodology is you show up. 15 minutes. So each morning we have this broadcast. Each morning we look at a business case. Some of you tune in for the business case. Some of you tune in for the CEO sales dashboard. Some of you tune in because this is a message your sales team listens to every single morning. And then why? Well, it's about, there's 1,440 minutes in every single day, never 1,441. So you give 1% of your day, 1% of your day, focus on the one area that can grow the biggest for one outcome. And that outcome is $100,000 a month of consistent, predictable, reliable revenue. And this is over and beyond whatever you're earning today. You tune in to this conversation. Sometimes you show up, maybe it's no big deal. It's just another day. You just hear the message and it doesn't really phase you at all. Then other times you show up and it's a game changer. You hear something you heard before, but you hear it differently. And in hearing it differently, you're able to execute. So those are the reasons why this gives you exactly what you want, extra $100,000 in your bank account over and beyond what you're earning today. But how do you do that, Shay, is the question that comes up. What's the secret sauce? The secret sauce is we created something called the CEO Sales Dashboard because we understood a number of CEOs, time is limited. Time is important, but sales is so important. They got to at least spend a little bit of time of it. So how do I get to $100,000 a month, Shay? What am I measuring? What am I managing? Talk to me. Well, the 5 metrics. Now you can go over to www.ceosalesdashboard.com. Again, www.ceosalesdashboard.com. Once you get there, you can download it. It's going to be an Excel sheet. You'll get that. We'll show it to you in a moment. But there's 5 indicators. There's leads, appointments, offers, deals, and repeat business. Okay, so it looks something like this. If you haven't downloaded it, go over there and download it now. We create this. It doesn't exist anywhere else. Can you get the CEO Sales Dashboard? One place, one stop. You're looking at the entire business, which is your sales department, which is the heart and soul of your business. So let's take a look at it now. So it looks something like this. So let's say you're there now and you have it in front of you and you're going to look at let's say leads, appointments, offers, deals, repeat business. So go across the top, find today's date. Now, we could talk about leads. You can plug in how many leads came in your database yesterday. You can plug in how many referrals did your team get. But let's look at appointments today. Okay, let's just focus just on one area and let's go deep in the area of appointments. So you go there now. And I want you to think, in the sales department yesterday, how many appointments were set yesterday by the sales department? How many appointments were run yesterday by the sales department? Here's the strategy. Here's the belief. What gets measured gets managed. What gets managed gets better. So you're going to really now focus on measuring and managing it. See, there's one thing. There's appointment setting and then there's appointment running. So you first say, well, wait, how many appointments were set yesterday? Now, you can look at your core products and see what appointments were set. How many appointments were run yesterday? Now, maybe it was 1-to-1. You're going to track those. Maybe you did 1-to-many like we're doing now. You're going to track those. Maybe it's the collaborations that you had. You're going to track that. See, what gets measured gets managed. Now, we don't just do that to beat ourselves up. No. One of the reasons we do that is so we can celebrate some wins. So we have a segment here called Celebrate Wins. And we believe, and this is a core philosophy, and I know your life is probably built on philosophies, principles, and frameworks, and that is powerful people ask powerful questions because questions their focus. And in this life, you get what you focus on. So we're going to ask ourselves 3 questions. Number 1, what are you most proud of? Go ahead and write that down now as a CEO for the sales department yesterday. What was your biggest accomplishment yesterday in the sales department? Put that down. Number 3, what's the one thing you want to brag about today? Like you just want to brag. Like you can't wait to brag. You want to get out and say, Shay, this is what happened yesterday in the sales department. Yes, 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 yes. What was it? Put that down now. This is why we're in this conversation. Now head on over and we're going to look at the other side. There's hurdles. We talked about that in the case study this morning. Powerful people ask powerful questions. And everyone say, well, what didn't work so well? What do we want to do a little bit differently? Well, 3 questions. What was your biggest roadblock yesterday? What's preventing you today from moving forward? And what's the one thing you can do that if you did it, it would move your life and or your business forward? And you make a decision, you're going to do it now. When? Now. When? Now. What time is it? It's 9 o'clock time. So you're going to make that decision that whatever held you back, you can take a baby step today. My message of today is stay hungry and stay humble. Stay hungry doesn't mean you're out there just running madly. It means that you're in the conversation. You're focused. You're valuing the time. You're going after helping other people. You've got to make this dream a reality. Nothing matters more than what you're doing now. And you know what? You got this. This is your moment. This is your time. And I believe if you're listening right now and you tune in as you do every single morning, then I believe for you, your best is yet to come. They haven't seen your best days yet. Isn't that encouraging? But you got to stay hungry. You got to continue to move forward. You got to continue to put one foot in front of the other foot, in front of the other foot, in front of the other foot, in front of the other foot. You do that, you're making progress. You will persist until you succeed. With that being said, my name is Shay Brown, host of the CEO Sales Huddle. Thanks a lot for allowing us to stream into your home during these times. It's an honor and a privilege to serve you. Make it a great day, everyone, and we'll make some good things happen. We connect again next time. God bless and keep doing God's work. We out of here. Until we talk tomorrow, peace, everybody.